the guru of Squad Double Zero, the assassin like no other. Yes, I'm the best at what I do, and I am one of the most notorious in the YouTube anime and manga community. That's right. I'm here to talk about a subject I'm pretty sure no one else talks about. Okay? What makes a good female character? Now, you can't start talking about greatness, legend, classic, until you talk about what's good and what's not good. Now, people will start to say, oh, subjective. Nah, I don't want to hear none of that foolishness. We have to establish a standard, okay? If you don't have a standard, then there's nothing to discuss, right? There's nothing to discuss. There is no good or bad if there's no standard. When I think about this, because I've actually had this video on the back burner for a few weeks to say the least. What makes a good female character? I'll break it down to y'all for 4 different ways. 4 different ways what makes a good female character. And when you put these 4 criteria up to your favorite female characters, do they live up to these criteria? If they don't, then it's not a good female character. I mean, logic and reason. What I often say, logic, reason, facts, and evidence. Logic, reason, facts, and evidence. I consistently say it, will constantly say that until this channel's gone and beyond. Okay? Beginning with, does she fulfill her roles? Now, you would think, whoa, that should be any character. And you're right. But it's most important because of female characters. And the reason I say this, female characters, specifically prominent female characters, don't come along very often. Okay, you get mainly male characters for a lot of different reasons and for justifiable reasons. But when it comes to a good female character, she has to fulfill her roles that were set out at the beginning of the story. If she does not fulfill her roles, specifically any of them, she's not a good female character. Now, it may be that she's a support type. She needs to be able to fulfill that role. If she's a good mother, she needs to be able to fulfill that role. She's a villain, she needs to be able to fulfill her intellect. If she's supposed to be intelligent, she needs to showcase that throughout the series, or throughout however long she's supposed to be in this thing. If she's supposed to be a tragic character, there should be build up to the connection, specifically with the protagonist, to where she's tragic, or the antagonist, depending on the situation at hand. Maybe the deuteragonist, okay, which is kind of a secondary protagonist. But anyways, if she's supposed to be a mentor, whatever her role happens to be, if she's supposed to be a lover, she better show love to the character. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever her role or roles, because there could be a multitude. I'm just saying, you find a lot of female characters as support characters. This is what it is. Minor characters, at best secondary characters. You rarely see female characters in the main cast. Okay, you just do. I'm talking about throughout the entirety of literature. You just don't. Not at least in memorable stories, okay? Not in memorable plays and whatnot. And if they are, like I said, they're generally secondary or minor characters. That's, who can I say? I can say Aizawa Mai from the series Holy Land, which many unfortunately don't know about. Aizawa Mai fit her roles beautifully, and I mean beautifully. She wasn't this bad, this badass tough shit. That was not her role. She wasn't this powerful one. She did a role. She was there. She was tough. Don't get me wrong. She wasn't the tough girl trying to talk, but she was tough. She was a leader, okay, of her select group. She was important in the physical, not so much, but the mental, emotional, and spiritual maturity of both the protagonist and deuteragonist. The protagonist, Kamishi Ryu, and the deuteragonist, which is her brother, Aizawa Masaki. Very important, specifically in the Masaki's flashback, and just different things through the middle of the plot with you. Okay, I'm talking about Kamishi Ryu when I say you. Moving on, the second, I said, okay, roles. I'm making sure I get everything. She must be unique. Okay, she cannot. What I mean by unique is she can't fall into these archetypes. Whether it be the female fatale, whether it be the she's just a tough girl, Whether it be, oh, she's just a shy demure chick. Whether it be, oh, she's just a nerd. These classic archetypes. Oh, she's just this wicked stepmother kind of thing. Now, you can base things off of that, but it has to be expanded upon. I could name a phenomenal list of characters who show this, but I will name just Kill la Kill. The entire anime of Kill la Kill, short as it is, it speaks the truth. Well, it's not the shortest anime ever or anything like that, but it shows several cases. The protagonist, Matoi Ryuko. The deuteragonist, Kiryu Satsuki. Shoot, one of the greatest side characters of all time, my favorite character in the show, Makan Shoko Mako. You had Harume Nui, okay? Rei Hoamaru, Nono Jakuzure, and Kirin Ragyo. Ragyo is who I will mainly focus on. Like I said, all these phenomenally done, unique in their own regards, and I could, like I said, I could make this a 40-minute video just breaking, going into what they do. But I've talked about Kill la Kill in previous videos, and if you would like to, you can discuss in the comment section, or you can ask me for a video, whatever it might be. But Kirin Ragyo, which I've dedicated a video to her, or at least talking in correlation to what she stood for. This woman here, now she is what you call the definition of a villain. This woman did not give a damn. She was about what she was about. Her psychological complexity. She was so screwed up and disturbed, but it was great. It was beyond. It was amazing to witness because of her stance as a villain. Her doggone ideologies, her philosophies were phenomenal. Okay? Her doggone OP power, her overpowered power, her hacks, abilities, and techniques, she was on that level. She was a massive threat from the moment she entered. You knew she was. Her entry is one of the best I've ever seen with a character. One of the best. She ran the series with power, and I mean real power in every sense of the word, from economic to physical to mental. She manipulated the entire world for who knows how long. Couple decades at least. Her impact on the story was just, it continued to build and build and build. Her impact on Matoi Ryuko, and I won't spoil her impact on her daughter Kiryu Satsuki, both the two main characters. Okay, there was plenty of secondary characters, but the two main characters, her impact on them. Then her impact even on the secondary character. Her impact, oh my goodness. Yo, if you know the series, you know what she brought to the table. She took it to the series, which was a good series, and then took it to what I consider legendary. Okay? That's what great villains do. She brought unique elements to the table. Her sadistic nature, but then others are kind of sweet. I don't know how to explain it without going too deep into it, but you get my point. She brought uniqueness to the table. Number 3, we already had roles, uniqueness, transition, her development. Look, man, characterization and character development, I cannot not preach it. I cannot emphasize it enough. That's the word I'm looking for. Emphasize. Okay? If your behind does not get proper development, you are not a good character, period. Specifically with a female character. And look, and I've said this time, well, I'll say this. I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but if you ever see many of my other videos, I love badass, phenomenal, beastly female characters. I just do. It's part of why I am sexist by no means, and I actually get pissed when a female character is not done properly. I get pissed. I really, really, really get pissed. Because I hold such a high respect. Not like this. I don't put anyone on a pedestal. No man or woman, no boy or girl on a pedestal. But I hold women with a high respect. I respect them for their intellect and otherwise, if they have it. Okay. Look, if a female character is not getting characterization and character development, you should be worried about what the hell the author's doing. That means he or she does not know how to deal with female characters. It's just what it is, which is a poor sign in that regard. You know the series, the author needs work, and the series is not what it should be. How female characters are treated in a series is one of the mirrors of the quality of a series or of a story, depending on the situation. Okay? Beautiful example. Daenerys Stormborn. I could talk about Arya Stark too. Okay? Arya Stark, man. Her development. Come on, dog. From where she was at the beginning of the story to where she is with Assassin's Minds, the things she's been through, the way she sees death. Death is the only God. Like, her value. A lot of things are still in question, partially because she's young, partially because she's not clearly fully developed. But just the characterization. But she's good. She's legit. But when it comes to Daenerys Stormborn, my second favorite, Daenerys Targaryen, Daenerys Stormborn, Mother of Dragons, Khaleesi. My second favorite character in the series behind Tyrion Lannister, who has been my favorite character in the series of Game of Thrones, since the beginning of the story. I have not read the books, just the show. But doggone Daenerys Stormborn, where she was, this young lady, this girl, okay, like 15, 16 years old, didn't know nothing, didn't know about sex, didn't know about the world around her, to where she has become a queen, and a fair queen for the most part. Her decision making, she's only made one poor decision. I don't want to spoil, but it comes the deal with her dude, the dude that was with her. I'm just gonna put it like that for those who aren't caught up. Her decision making with the dragons, her decision making with the armies, her decision making and figuring out on the fly now, mind you. She has been advised, but at such a young age, I believe she's 17 at this point. This young woman be on some grown woman stuff, okay? She'll develop me. Oh my god, yo, one of the greatest developments I've ever seen in fiction history. Period, in any story. If you know the story, you know, like, Game of Thrones would not be the same without a character like Daenerys Stormborn. It has other phenomenal female characters in there as well. But Daenerys Stormborn is how you make a female character, as you can see by my thumbnail, okay? And obviously she has all these traits, all these, the thing from the roles she feels, definitely, the uniqueness, definitely, the development, clearly. And fourth, but clearly, certainly not last, impact upon the story. Impact upon the story. Now, let me clarify this. I say positive impact upon the story. When I mean by positive, like I brought up Kirin Rago, she can be a villain, okay? When I say positive, I'm talking about memorable positive impact, meaning she forced characters to maybe, if she's a villain, she maybe forced the protagonist to grow, maybe the deuteragonists to grow, the main cast to grow, right? In the case of Rin Gyokuin, with Rin Hakuryu in the series Magi the Labyrinth of Magic, for example, okay? Her impact, she's not forgettable, okay? How to say this? Her place in the story is significant and pivotal for the existence of the story. I know a lot of Naruto fans, for example, will bring up probably Kushina. I can argue, possibly rightfully so. That's a subject for debate in and of itself. Toriko fans is Setsuno. She's clearly plays a significant role. Let's see, Hunter x Hunter. Well, there's a few. I don't want to begin to spoil, but shouldn't be spoiled. Well, Kite's a little bit confused. What's a female character? Whatever. I can go in a different series I'm trying to think of. But my point is, the impact has to be a positive to it, where it it elevates the story. It shouldn't have a negative impact. It shouldn't make the story feel like it regresses. not character regret, because I don't believe in that whole character regression nonsense. You either get development or you don't get development. But it shouldn't make the story, it's just like you just there, you're an eyesore. It shouldn't be like, oh, this character, shouldn't be the character in a way like a Lucy Hartfilia in Fairy Tail, for example. You should be to where the character, is essential. You understand? So overall, to not make this video too long, let's review. Character roles must be fulfilled. Whatever the author, mangaka, whatever, whoever the writer for the story or series must have the female character fulfill their roles properly and thoroughly. Secondly, she must be unique within the female dynamics. You understand? Show true femininity, okay? True, this is a real woman. Like, you deal with this kind of character. That the realness, right? And I would say fiction is realer than reality. People don't understand that. You can talk to me about that if you want to. But that's what I'm talking about. Bring the realness, bring the authenticity. Okay? Number 3, development. With the characterization and character development, which I've talked about previously. Number 4, her positive, essential impact upon the story. These are what make a good female character. If your favorite female character does not live up to this, then she's not a good character. Every good female character I could think of and name lives up to these criteria, period, without question. Some better than others, but that makes them great and legendary. Unexpected, want to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on the subject at hand. What are some female characters that are just phenomenal, that blow things out the water? And till next time, y'all, have a beautiful day, beautiful night, peace. And also name some series that showcase several phenomenal female characters.